All
Then
right.
maybe we could try out other characters, cause, yeah.
What'd you say?
Maybe afterwards we could try like other matchups.
Sure, that's fine, I guess.
Sorry if you don't want to.
That's cool.
Great.
Who the hell is calling me? All right. So
Alright.
you want to go first, or you want me to? Or like, first off, what version of Narukami are you gonna be using?
I'm just using whatever shows up on the canon thing as the strongest it gives me.
Okay.
On, character stats and profiles. .venom.com. Also, can I say something to you?
Sure.
I much prefer using character stats and profiles wiki. I used to use the whole like versus battle wiki thing. That completely sucked.
Yeah, that's fine. We use
It
CSAP
had
here.
like zero of the characters I want.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's just annoying.
All right. You want to go first? Or you want me to?
Like, how about you do?
What'd you say?
How about you start?
All right. Are you aware that like base to base, Joker and Narukami are like relative to each other?
Um, what do you mean by base? Do you mean like?
Like before they unlock their ultimate personas.
Well, I can imagine that makes sense because they're both strong-willed persona users.
Okay, after like they like have a little squabble, like Joker is stated to like transcend like the heart of man, like before he even unlocks his ultimate persona.
What is that? Before he unlocks, like, what was it? Sad and Isle?
Yeah,
Oh, um, no. So that's pretty powerful defeat.
yeah. So he transcends his previous self, and then he gets that Nile, and then which is even more powerful than that because the entire Fan of Thieves tries to fight Yaldabaoth, they failed, and then Joker by himself defeats Yaldabaoth. Yeah, you cool with all that?
Yeah,
All right. Yaldabaoth is a demiurge, correct? What, are you aware of that?
I'm sorry. I sound so dumb a lot. What is a demiurge again?
A demiurge, it's like just a being like who like lives in the like I'm kind of hold up. I can like find a thing. I forgot how they
All right,
explain it.
I can look it up.
Uh,
Wait a second. Demiurge, aren't they just like the Persona 5 Strikers thing?
no, yeah, that's what I was about to get to. Like a demiurge is in Persona 5 Strikers, but I'm saying Yaldabaoth is also like a demiurge.
Oh, yeah, I
So
remember that.
okay, so what I'm getting to is like Joker, like gets his like ultimate persona strength like in his base form, so then he can like get his ultimate persona again and then just like stack it on top of that. Yeah. Right. If you want to like look in scans, here's a link to like what demiurges are, and like Yaldabaoth is like brought up in this as like a type of demiurge.
All right, thank you. I think. All right. So it seems like what I'm hearing is that they fashion and maintain the physical universe, but not necessarily the same as a creator figure.
um, like I guess that's fine. I don't really
Because
see
that's what
the
it's
relevance.
telling. Because that's what I'm reading on the Wikipedia article.
I mean, that's fine. It doesn't have to like be like the creator god. That's not relevant to my scaling.
Makes sense. Would we be counting the other personas they can use?
I guess I would like assume that like the main character's like ultimate persona is like the strongest persona they can have though, like based off of like feats.
Or there isn't really a purpose of them having others.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. Then like if you're fighting an enemy who's extremely powerful, why not use the most powerful thing in your arsenal?
Right. I mean, you have like anything you want to bring up or
Well, I'm currently just looking at what you has.
okay.
The only one important thing I think we should bring up is that I looked up what Sinful Shell technically does, and it only inflicts it one, unlike Mirror Truth, which inflicts it 3 times. I don't know how much that would matter, but I feel like it still would.
Um, so Mirror Truth realistically is just like in Persona 4, it's just a one hit attack too. It's just that in Persona 5, it's like a 3 hit Almighty spell.
Oh,
But like in Persona 4, when he uses it, it only hits once and
damn.
it kills Izanami.
Alright, that changes the argument I was going with. Looks like it's in the same boat as um Izanagi no Alchemy, where it just doesn't have a weakness. One thing Saturnile has, as especially in terms of against Izanagi no Okami, is that it resists more block something and absorb something.
Okay.
Which means it's less likely for Izanagi and Okami to deal as much damage.
Honestly, I think like Joker's just like strong enough to the point where he doesn't even need side now. He could just switch to whatever persona he wants. Like I think like his scaling is just like good enough because in Strikers he defeats the Demiurge without the use of Side Nile, so he could just use whatever persona he wants.
Oh, can't argue with that. I'm just looking for a chance that you might be able to like win one, at least 2 out of 10 times. Because I don't really see much of a way for him to do much right now.
Okay.
Especially since, well, the persona trait of Satanile is Pack and Lure, which just strengthens its magic attacks. Which would make it even harder to deal with. I have one thing I can think about though. From what I remember by playing Persona 4 Golden, unlike in Persona 5 Royal, you can switch personas as many times as you want in battle. Do you think that would like matter here?
Not really.
Sure. Because he really does. Joker really does just need Satanile. And if he wants to, he can just start with something else. Mind Charge, Satanile, Sinful Shell. Yeah, I can't really think of a way for this to work out for Joker. I mean, you.
All right. Is that it? You good? You conceding?
Let me see if I can come up with one other thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the only way you wins is if he uses Mind Charge and then Myriad Truths. But other than that, I think he's kind of screwed. I concede.
All right. I'll just like use like my same scaling. So like, who the fuck? What do you want? Leave me alone. Like what what scaling do you think like Makoto has like over Joker?
Well, he defeated Eden Nix in the true end.
I
So the great.
disagree. I don't think he defeated Nyx. I only think he sealed him. Nyx is still alive, whereas Makoto died.
Well, that is true. I'm gonna look at what else I have. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure the Demiurge just died, right?
Yeah. So Nyx and the Demiurge. Honestly, I'd probably say like Demiurge is probably stronger than Nyx because Demiurge is stated to be the administrator of the collective unconscious, whereas Nyx is just stated to be, I believe, just like a being like dwelled from the collective unconscious, something like that.
Hmm. I remember at one point I thought it said that it had. I thought it said that it was the Mother of Shadows. Let me check that. Oh, I'm gonna have to move first. It does appear that within the Megami Tensei wiki, it's just an alien, a celestial body-sized one, which sort of. What? All right, Minato Arisato, with your persona being weak to Joker to Satanile's main element. Thanks a lot, I guess. Like seriously, it's weak to dark of all things.
Rip.
Every time I try to enter an argument, I just get dealt a really bad hand with what I say. All I can think of is, well, it has salvation, which will fully restore his HP, and like enduring soul would be useful because it restores all HP upon death one time. But even that isn't all that crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say like Joker just kills him twice. It's not that hard of a thing for him to do.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because if you're gonna be weak to dark, just don't fight Joker. Never do it. Because like all three of his main personas use dark plenty. I'd say best case scenario for Yuki is just to use as the Great Seal, to be honest. Because
Wait, what'd you say?
because I mean like then he dies, but technically so does Joker.
I mean, I think it's like shown that like a significantly like powerful enough being, well, like it's kind of like implied that a significantly powerful enough being will just like break out of it, because it's stated at the end of Persona 3 that like Nyx will eventually come back. And so like if Nyx is like relative to Mikado, and I have like Joker like transcending Mikado by at least 2 times, then I think he'd just be able to just break out of it. So
Um, I'm just checking what Joker's stats are. Oh dear lord, that's a lot more powers than I'm seeing in Yuki's list at least. Why is like half of his page just power? Oh wait, no, I finally got into like attack potency. Oh my god. I also feel like another important thing I have to mention is don't, from what I've heard at least, Maruki is like at least somewhat stronger than Yaldabaoth, being able to, manipulate more, being able to keep people in his cognition, see.
I mean,
And
that's a
Joker
debatable
took down
topic, you know.
Maruki.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at what is important. I wish that there was like I feel like it would be nice if there was something like Outerverse level plus, because then I would know if they're what I should be doing here. Because all of them seem to, because both Yuki and Joker are around the same speed stuff and like strength and durability, because they both have well, they both have Outerverse level. No. Haha. Yuki, you're in danger. I just noticed what's in his standard equipment. The Omnipotent Orb, which nullifies all damage except Almighty.
Yeah, I wasn't even considering that, but okay.
Well, I mean, like, if it exists, it's within his arsenal, right?
I mean, the omnipotent orb is in Q2, which like anyone can put on, so it's
Oh,
whatever.
wait. Then why is it in his standard equipment?
I I don't know. Whatever page you're reading it off of is just a bad page.
Well, it's on Character Stats and Profiles Wiki, which is what I'm told to use.
I mean, it's better to just like make your own scale because people who like make pages on like CSAP and like VSBW have to like kind of be safe. Otherwise, there's like a lot of backlash and like a lot of like people like take contention with it. So whatever scale you use is probably just best.
I'll probably like try to play through the game again just to get my own basic understanding. I have the time after all. Also, that explains it because I had not seen the Omnipotent Orb once within Persona 5 Royal.
It is. You get it after you defeat Lavenza.
Oh, Lavenza, of course. In that case, yeah, it wouldn't make sense for him to have it. Because we're probably using the form where he's fought every boss.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Well, he
using
might
like
have.
the strikers form, so he would just like have anything that happened in the previous games.
Dear God. Let me look back at the only move that at Yuki would be able to deal damage with costs 85 SP, and that is Megidol.
I think Joker would just have a stronger Megidolon, so I don't know.
Or Sinful Shell, if you're counting that.
Yeah, that too.
Because all I can think of is the fact that, well, magic skill up strengthens all of his attacks. But Joker has the exact same thing on Set Denial. Nice. Especially with Extraordinary Genius. That's higher than what Yuki had, and yeah. I'm just gonna look at his techniques to see why is that just like half of the skills in his physical/gun skills, dude. Funny. Yep, oh no. I never even thought about how powerful Persona characters were like Joker. I always heard that, oh yeah, Joker is actually only like the third strongest Persona protagonist. But now actually looking at his stats, I realized that was not true.
He.
The only one I can think of who might be stronger is just because of how in Persona 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure they have access to their personas all the time. But that doesn't matter because we're giving him his personas anyway. Anyway, I feel like there's not much of a point in more debating, alright?
Okay.
Sorry about my lack of smarts here.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
See ya.
Yeah, see you, dude.